Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
Welcome to this Baker family history. It's the year 2008 and I'm Frank Baker. At 79 years old, I suppose I'm the patriarch of the family. I'd rather not be, because 25 one more time sounds better to me, but I am. Who you are is due to your family, your schooling, community, and professional training. How these elements are shaped and blended comes from your heredity, your family, possibly back 100 years. This history is about me, 6 children, and 9 grandchildren, and counting, an immediate family back to the Civil War in 1860. Here is a family picture that was taken in 2008. Our program today will include narrative from me and my wife Karen, daughter Lucy, son-in-law Steve, and my second wife Patricia. It's about family on all sides: fathers, mothers, grandparents, sons and daughters-in-law, and many assorted animals, houses, boats, and some dear old friends. But there is a limit. We already have 3 DVDs of material, and I didn't include any of the present in-law families and only limited material on the wonderful people my children have married. My great apologies to all of the in-laws. I'm doing this history for everyone because, in part, where you come from is where you are going. The saying is that those who do not read history are condemned to relive it. Part of what I would relate would be a pleasure to relive. However, the bad parts should serve as a flag which possibly a younger generation can escape. So sit back, look, listen, realizing that a large family over hundreds of years is a plateful, and we have a great deal of material. I have divided this history into 17 chapters which can be accessed one at a time. We've done a lot as an extended family. Many sports and competitions, traveled extensively, built some great homes, and created some world-class gardens. We fought with the world to make a buck and keep a buck. We were more successful at some things than others, but in general, we scored fairly well in many areas. You all can be proud of the family. 2 of us have had extensive military experience. I was a lieutenant junior grade during the Korean War on the USS Forest Royal, a post-World War II destroyer. And my daughter Kim, my stepdaughter, was a Navy combat pilot flying the FA-18, a single-seat fighter bomber, on hundreds of combat missions in the Middle East and the Balkans. As a family, we have always believed in extensive education. Although we have only one trained educator, Cynthia is a leader in the management of children with special needs in the Portland, Maine school system. However, in the family today, we have 6 graduate degrees or professional certifications. I went to Harvard for an AB and an MBA. John went to the University of Connecticut and took an MBA at Columbia. Kim went to the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor and also received an MS from Central Michigan University. Lucy went to the University of Pennsylvania and received an MBA at UConn. Cynthia graduated from Bowdoin College and took her MS at the University of Maine. Kristen graduated from UConn and subsequently received her CPA certification. My son Godfrey graduated from UConn and became a software engineer. His old mathematics teacher at St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire, once said to me, This kid can do math sitting in a rocking chair, by which he meant Godfrey had a natural proclivity for math, a real requirement for a software engineer. Patricia Barry Baker graduated from Barnard College and received an MA from Harvard in Fine Arts. Karen received an RN degree from the Salem School of Nursing. We are a family who loves sports. Sailing has been a specialty. Karen and I did 35,000 miles of blue water sailing in a Swan 47 called Commotion. John bought a famous old 1966 wooden boat known as a Havsornen 38, which he has sailed all over Europe. Godfrey has skippered a Hughes 35. Kristen and Larry rebuilt a Tartan 33, Chaos. Our family also loves winter sports, and for years we have traveled to ski in Vail, Colorado, in groups ranging from 2 to 15 for a workout on the famous slopes pioneered by the 10th Mountain Division. We all love the out-of-doors, and so we camped all over the Green Mountains of Vermont and the White Mountains of New Hampshire, backpacking, canoeing, climbing, and sometimes we even brought our dogs and they had to carry their own packs. We started a new sport, underwater diving. Karen and I have a research diver certification from the Rosenstiel School, University of Miami, for decompression diving. Godfrey and John also have their scuba tickets. Lately, I've returned to a sport I enjoyed in college and the military, target shooting of a variety of rifles, pistols, and shotguns. My grandson, Zachary, 14 years old, is a crack shot at sporting clays with his 20-gauge Mossberg shotgun. Two of the family are great linguists. Uncle John has a French government certificate allowing him to do simultaneous translations at diplomatic events. And Aunt Lucy's French was good enough for her to hold a job as a bank teller in Paris. Aunt Kim is a natural flyer. She obtained a private pilot's license in high school, and as I mentioned, she became one of the first female Navy pilots qualified for combat. Kim is also a mechanic who repairs old cars from the chassis up. By the way, she's also a clutter monster, and her garage is so full of automotive parts that there's no room for cars. Godfrey is also a pilot with multi-engine and instrument certifications. John has a jet-set life, yachting in the Baltic and running the international Iris Digital advertising business in London. John, who has been in almost every country of the world, is a bachelor, enjoys the hospitality of countless families, senoritas and mademoiselles throughout Europe and the US. However, that may change as John has announced his marriage to lovely Christina Lundell on November 29th, 2008. We welcome Christina into the family. Kristen does everything. She is the tax manager at Command Aerospace, a large multinational manufacturing company. She manages her family, house, gardens, and has become an expert photographer, creating legendary scrapbooks. Kristen is the glue in the family. This is not a complete accounting, just a few brushstrokes on a canvas to be developed in this DVD. So welcome aboard. Earlier chapters will focus on the family origins. You will find a sturdy stock by any account. The remainder of this family video book devotes a full chapter to each of our children and our wonderful grandchildren, Team Baker, who are keeping my wife, Karen, and me very busy.